I'm so absorbed in all these stories. I'm not quite sure I can tell my story because everybody's had such fantastic stories. Oh, it's my 5 minutes up? Thank you. So, I was up in the Sierra in California and had just smoked a joint after a long 12-mile hike up to this 10,000-foot lake where we were going to be for a couple of days, my buddy and I. We had just driven up the day before from the Bay Area, and it was a huge effort to get up to this lake that was like, it was the end of the season. There were no other people around. It was autumn, and the light was just beautiful, and I'm stoned, and so I'm just like, this is amazing. And my buddy is off with his maps and all these things to measure where it is we're going to go for the rest of the trip and how long it's going to take to get to these other places. And all I can think is, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to stay here, and I'm feeling so good. I take off my boots and walk in the water at the edge of this pristine lake. There's a 12,000-foot peak right behind me. There's just, I can see Mount Whitney in the distance. And I'm feeling a little lightheaded, probably from being stoned, but also because we were at sea level until today, and all of a sudden we're at 10,000 feet. So I just say, I got to get grounded, and I walk in the water in my bare feet, and it feels so good. I go back, and I pull off my shirts and my T-shirt, shorts and my T-shirt, and I just go, I got to swim a little. That'll help me get settled. And I'm swimming in the water and noticing that it did feel warm on the shoreline, but it's getting a little colder, and there are snowpacks all around the one side of the lake on the north-facing side, and it's okay. I can do this, you know? I'm just swimming and just relaxing. I get out towards the middle, and I go, I think this is too cold for me. I can't really swim in this. So I'm thinking, maybe I'll just go to the other side of the lake, and I turn around and look, and it's the same distance going back, and I'm just starting to get in this panic and not doing well. The stonedness is not really helping at all. And I'm doing doggy paddle, and I'm getting nowhere, and I'm trying to swim and catch my breath at the same time, and I go, finally, I just give up. I think this is, I realize I'm in risk of drowning, and I don't want my naked body hauled out by a helicopter 2 weeks from now. So I think I'd like to just, survive. And it's embarrassing, So I yell to my buddy Alvin, who's up on a rock with his GPS and all his pencils and all this stuff, and he's measuring where we're going to go, and I yell, Alvin! Alvin! Help! And he waves. And no, this isn't going to work. I'm really now in a panic. I start screaming, like, help, Alvin, help! Whoops, excuse me. Help, Alvin, help! And then I see him get up from up on the rocks where he was, and he runs down along the shoreline. I can't really see what he's doing, and I'm not doing well. I'm actually having a hard time breathing, and so I'm just paddling towards the shore, and it's like, oh my God, this is so cold. The more I stir the water, the warm water off the top disappears, and all I have is I'm in like 40-degree water, and all of a sudden I see him coming down the bank towards the shore, and he's got a log, and he's like pushing it out into the water. And I'm like, what? What is that gonna do? And I started laughing. And somehow the laughing just kind of helped my body, just like, I realized if I could laugh, I'm probably not gonna die yet. So So, okay, so that's the end of the story, except that when I got to the shoreline, I go, Alvin, what the fuck was the log gonna do? He says, well, I was pushing it out there, and so maybe, you would get to you eventually, and you could hold on to it, and you get to shore. And I go, what good was that going to do? He goes, well, anyway, I can't swim.